Faze Elige. Absolute cinema. Doesn't that just send shivers down your spine? I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it. Faze just lost to Rops. Rops is looking for maybe to play under a new in-game leader. He spent a lot of time in his career playing with Kerrigan. Maybe he wants to change up his roles a little bit. Maybe he's just looking for a fresh start, but he's left Faze and he's going over to Vitality. Elige, number 19 in the world. Let's take a look at his stats right here. This is top 30 land 2024, 1.16. And he only got number 19. We're only a few days into the top 20 being revealed, but if you look at the stats of a player like Emma and compare them to Elige, how is that even possible? How is Emma better? That's because complexity is absolute trash. Even though they had a easily top 10 rifler, maybe even top 5 in Elige, they couldn't make any deep runs into tournaments. Look at all these screens. It's beautiful. He had a 1.25 at the major, 1.19 at Cologne, 1.29 at Pro League 19. Elige should be on a team that actually wins tournaments. So Rops left Faze for Vitality. Elige is trying to hop from the sinking ship that is complexity. I think this whole roster change is based off of the timing. Elige wants to leave complexity. Rops wants to leave Faze. There's the slot there. I don't think in 1,000 years Kerrigan or the GM of Faze would have said, let's get rid of Rops for Elige. The roles don't really make sense, but last time we saw a North American rifler go from Liquid to Faze, great things happen. Kerrigan got his major the last time it happens, and Kerrigan's going to get his second. So I want to check out how Elige plays on Ancient. It's one of Faze's, go-to maps. This is a game against Imperial in the opening stage of the Perfect World Shanghai Major. 1.72 rating, went absolute beast mode. His best performance based on rating in the past 3 months. So let's just check it out. All right, we're going to be starting on the T side here. Let's get into this pistol and see what complexity has cooked up. Headed toward B, they've got 2 smokes and a lot of utility on Halzerk there. They're not gonna go too fast into it. They're gonna let Elige sort of trying to open this up. Yup. He sees another. He saw 2 more. He knows there's only 1 guy B. He did not clear it all the way. Doesn't matter. JT is going to clean it up. And this should be complexity's round 88 times out of 90. Round 2. Elige is going to pick himself up an AK because he can. He got those 2 kills. This is a map that I think you want to have a rifle as much as possible, unless you are really trying to take cave control. All right, getting up for an A hit. He's got one of the 2 AKs, so he's sort of trailing behind. JT is on the other side of the map, lurking toward B on this eco. Then Elige is going to lurk back mid and make sure there's no big flanks. He's going to make sure that him and JT can play off of each other. Oh. He just kind of threw a smoke and chilled. Not the cleanest fight I've seen from Elige. Great crosshair placement. Elige is just, I think about different riflers like Nico. I think about how precise he is with his crosshair placement. When I think about Donk, I think about how great his movement is and how easy he makes it look. But when I think about Elige, I don't think he masters any of those. I think he's a jack of all trades of rifling. He has good movement. He has good crosshair placement. He's got good IQ. And I think that's a reason why Elige, when you think about at least riflers in CSGO time, I think you might have to put Elige up there. He's definitely top 10 in my mind. And right now, he's absolutely the top 10 rifler right now. He's throwing this smoke again. Looks like they want Elige to sort of be able to re-lurk mid and take space on his own, be kind of a lurker. This is something actually that I think I could see Rops doing. He's not entering. He's not hard lurking on the other side of the map. He's throwing utility and being supportive, and then he sort of gets to be that next point of contact. They hit the execute a few seconds later. Elige is coming from another part. That's clean. That was just a clean way to engage and get out so easily. He's using his utility. He doesn't want to lose the gun. He knows he has a teammate behind him. So he knows that he can fight with a teammate and doesn't have to take just a one-on-one. He got handed over the A1. I think he asked for it. I think he knows they're on eco. That was not what he wanted to smoke, I don't think. He's sort of being this first probe into the middle of the map, trying to split it up. They don't have a lot of info on where people are. You know, honestly, watching from Elige's point of view, it's making me think that it's actually going to be a pretty good switch, at least on the T side here. On the CT side, I believe Elige is kind of the mid player, and Rops tends to go toward A more often than not. I'm really interested to see what happens to Rain. I don't think Rain has that much gas left in the tank. I think he's got another year in him where he's going to be playing well. But I don't think he's going to be the same Rain we see. I think it's okay because Rain is going to be in sort of the selfless entry position and you don't need an insane player. I think Rain just has a foundation built into his playstyle and into his brain that allows him to be a solid entry. Brokey has also not looked the hottest in the later half of 2024. I think it's not a big issue for me. I still rated him very high, especially compared to a lot of other lists. I rated him fairly high. Ooh. I like that nade. It was a little shallow, though. I think Brokey's just going to bounce back. I'm not worried about it. He hasn't looked that bad, and it hasn't been that long. I think Brokey, with this sort of fresh change with Elige coming in, I think Brokey's going to be revitalized, and I think Frozen's going to play even better than he has in 2024, which is saying a lot. Another issue that comes to mind when I think about Elige going to Faze is Elige tilts. Man, Elige does not have the greatest mental. Oh. Grim is just full blind, kills that guy. I liked the aggressive play, but it just didn't quite work out. I saw some people talking about on Twitter, Elige tilts a lot, he gets aggressive, he's known to get sort of emo when he's tilted and not super communicative. And then you have Rain, who is just like the Buddha of Counter-Strike and is absolutely ice cold in the clutch and whatever. Faze is known for having that comeback, and Elige was a foundational part of Liquid when Liquid was the choke team, right? And I don't think that's a coincidence. I don't think so. Elige is here with Grim. They're trying to take this. That is just so good. The CTs just... I think the CTs had to take their fight a little bit earlier or play a little more passive and just try and play retake, because it was still a 4-on-4. It was still winnable. They had a kit. What's going to happen to Complexity? I think that's a good question, because they're losing the biggest piece of their team. The reason their team is even a contender for anything. They benched Floppy. So what do they have? They have Grim. They have Halzerk, who also gets emo. He's inconsistent. We've never seen him really play at a solid opper consistent level. And then you have JT, who is a pretty good in-game leader. I think individually the impact that JT used to have is just not there. Hasn't been there in CS2. So I think Complexity is going to borderline disband. There are rumors of TSM coming into North America to get some sort of lineup. Complexity might keep JT and Halzerk and try and build something completely new. I think it's just a total question mark. And I don't think Complexity even knows what Complexity is going to do. They are going to get a lot of money for selling Elige, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure his contract is not quite up. Oh, that's unlucky. I think if he was, half a second earlier on that swing, that he would have got that kill. So what do you do when you have all this money from Elige? Do you stay with an NA core? Like, who is there to get? You're not really looking at the issue of like, okay, well, they have a bunch of money. We can actually buy out some NA players. There aren't really any NA players to buy out unless you're looking at Liquid. You just lost Elige, who's one of the few NA players who is like worth a damn. You're kind of forced to look at EU or to go for like an international team, which we know Complexity is not afraid to do. We saw with the BlameF config Poison roster that Complexity is very comfortable with going international when they want to see better results. I think had that roster not been together in 2020 when COVID was going on, it's hard to say. They could have been a lot worse or they could have been a lot better, but I personally think that they would have been a lot better. I don't know. You had Obo who okay, that's hard not to appreciate. God damn. You had Obo who I don't even want to get into Obo. I know he was dealing with some mental health stuff, but he was, inexperienced and was a player who probably benefited from the fact it was online. But the other side of that coin is that he was playing in Europe and wasn't with his family when he was 16. Oh, nice try. Nice try, Elige. All right, that is the second round for Imperial here. They're going to take their third timeout after winning that. That's I don't know. I guess if you're Imperial here, you are relying on the fact that you could get 5 here and then win pistol. Because if you get less than 4 here, then I think you're kind of doomed unless you can really run away with a pistol. I think Elige going to Faze is a really good move, just culturally. I think Elige is a player that almost everybody roots for. He's been on Complexity for a while now, and although the team hasn't been great, everyone wants to see players doing well, and Elige definitely does well. There's going to be a fast mid here. Let's see what Elige can get done in the back of the pack. Oh boy. Come on, give me one. Nope. But Elige being a player that everybody kind of roots for and enjoys watching, I think Faze is also one of those. I think there's less diehard, I am a Faze fan till the day I'm dead, and more people who just appreciate Faze for the players they have. They have lovable players. They're just a lovable team, and everybody likes to watch them because they can always bring top-tier Counter-Strike no matter who they're playing against. They've shown some inconsistencies this year, especially because they are a team that's so based off of individual performances, and their individuals haven't been performing as well as we expect them to. But Faze is still a lot of fun to watch. I think everybody kind of roots for him. Elige with some early middle utility, just a flash and a Molotov. Oh, and he's going to just walk through this. Oh, I didn't like that. They probably heard that too. They got the info. Donut smoke. Coming toward B. Wow, that was some lone wolf, just crazy stuff to do there, I think. He's got one flash. Oh, easy. Easy mode. He's going to flash high for his boys. He wants to swing this so bad, but he's not going to. Well, maybe he should have. Oh, he is taking a lot of damage. He's taking a lot of hits this round. There's no utility on the T side, and they don't have a kit on the CT side, so they're going to be forced up pretty soon. It kind of relies on what Floppy can get done here. He's got kind of a 50-50. Floppy gets his, Halzer gets his, and Elige kind of just stares at a wall for the post plant. All right, last round of the half. We've got ops on both sides. Elige is currently 11-6. We haven't seen anything crazy. He's not just dominating, but he's doing what Elige does. Looks like Imperial missed that highway molly. Going for the spam again. They are now in a 4v3. They started the round almost in a 5v4 completely. Ooh, not the cleanest. I've seen cleaner from him. All right, that's your first half. That was a fast half. How long was that? That was only 24 minutes. Damn. All right, CT side pistol. Elige is rocking the P2K. Let's see what he can rock. They're gonna drop Dooley's to Grim. JT's gonna get some utility, and they're gonna go 4 middle. I've seen a lot of teams do this where they go aggressive mid early to try and either just have a fast rotate or get a fast flank. I think it's hard to hold all these sites, especially on a pistol when you just have a few flashes coming up, unless you fully commit to mollying and nading a certain choke point. Then it's easy to hold, but then you have to buy a molly and a nade, and then you have to commit to something. And if the T's just wait 5 seconds, then they can just go past it. But to be honest, in Pugs, if you just buy a molly and a nade, just molly it like a hair delayed, just a hair delayed, then I think you can hold B. Because I feel like 80% of my pugs, the pistol strat is just run up B for the T's. They're going to force up. Makes sense to force up. They're up 3 rounds. They can afford a few rounds here. And again, I keep talking about this, but you always have to be ready to spend a little bit of money in every round. Every round is winnable, and you have to treat it like that. You can't treat rounds like just bye-bye. We're going to save our money here. Bye-bye. You can have this one. You just need to treat every round like it's winnable because, you know, realistically it is. Pushed into A main here. This is probably something that he called that he wanted to do on his own. The T's have taken mid control. Oh, that's huge. Manages to stay alive for a little bit. If Elige could have taken the first fight and JT could have taken the second, I think they could have gotten a trade. Oh, Floppy gets one through the CT smoke. If Elige gets this kill, it's huge. That is such an impact frag. Not quite. Let's see what Zerk can get up to. Oh! Elige got some damage on that guy, apparently. That's huge. That is so tilting for Imperial. The money's a little bit weird because Elige can't get a rifle, but he can't get, like, full utility, and they know they're going to be up against pistols and a force buy, so they might try and do something aggressive. He's going to get a molly and a smoke, though. He should go mid this round, I feel like. Let's see. Just going to throw a deep Molotov, and he has a lineup for it because those smokes come fast when you're playing at a high level like this. Immediate rotate to the A site. Floppy is in donut and was able to hear all those footsteps. Let's see how many Elige can clean up here. He's got 1. There's 2. Does he know both of them are in CT? Oh, he's waiting. He's being passive. He does not want to lose that M4. Winning that second round is more important than winning the first round, honestly. The pistols can have a lot of impact, but if you win that second round, the pistol round barely matters. The conversion is what matters. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing teams actually saving on pistol rounds so that they can have a better buy on the second round. You know, have one guy try and, have one guy save and then try and get him a kill, and then he can just drop an M4 in the second round. That would not surprise me if we start seeing that. Especially on maps where, like, the... Ooh! That was dirt. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw people doing that on pistol rounds, especially, like, I don't have any stats off the top of my head, but let's say there's a map where, like, the odds of you winning a T-side pistol or winning a CT-side pistol are 40% or less, then maybe you should just try and save, and maybe you can get an M4 or 2 into the second round and try and win that. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Oh, they were trying to do a little run boost there to get onto highway. They also threw two mollies. Oh, Elige is just getting so aggressive. Elige wants to walk through the smoke and get his right now. He's gonna. God damn. God, he is so fast. That was perfect. He was looking in, like, the perfect spot there. All right, match point. Let's see if Imperial can get themselves back into this game. I'm gonna guess that they can't. I don't know. Just a hunch. This has been a really quick match. These rounds have been fast, and Imperial has not gotten a lot. He just gets smoked off. He doesn't really give a fuck. Gonna nade it. Doesn't get any information, but he wants to play it chill. Ooh, a little second nade. They're not ready for the second nade here. I bet you not. They weren't, but Elige wasn't actually ready to take any fights. See if Imperial can get back into this match. It's 2v2. They should win this. The numbers say they should win this. Oh, what a fucking swing from Halzerk. I mean, what do you even do here? You just spam it, and it gets spammed back. There it is, 13-5. All in all, I'm very excited for Faze Elige. I think that, honestly, the rules are going to match up pretty solidly on the T side, at least on Ancient. I think both Faze and Elige are liked by almost the whole entire Counter-Strike community. I think last time we saw a Team Liquid rifler go over to Faze, that Kerrigan got his first major, so Kerrigan's going to get his second. I love Elige, I love Faze, I love Counter-Strike, and I love you.